Leapmotor, a Chinese brand under Stellantis, will be coming to Malaysia very soon. This is the Leapmotor C10, and ahead of its local launch sometime in Q4 2024, we are at the media preview of this large electric SUV. So, what does the C10 have to offer? Can it compete with other established EVs in Malaysia? Well, let's find out. So how big is the C10 exactly? Well, if we were to compare it to existing cars in the market now, it's quite close in size to the Proton X90. That being said, this is a 5-seater SUV, not a 7-seater or a 6-seater SUV like the X90. Nonetheless, this is definitely a very big SUV. If you were to take rivals from the EV space, it's comparable to, say, the upcoming Proton EMA 7 as well as the very popular BYD Atto 3. However, it's worth noting that this car is still bigger than those two aforementioned EVs. We don't have the exact specs of the C10 for the Malaysian market yet, but for what it's worth, the model that is being previewed here should be the higher end trim. So it remains to be seen if we're just going to get one trim, which is this higher end model, or if there will also be a more affordable entry level model. For example, for the Australian market, the C10 is offered in style and design. The design is the higher end model, and that comes with 20-inch alloy wheels, which are the ones you see here on this model. So chances are this is, again, as I've said before, the higher end model. Beyond that, just look at this jade green colorway of the SUV. It does look very premium, and it looks like it's a more expensive SUV than what it really is, which is supposedly quite affordable. Now, we do not have the Malaysian pricing of the SUV yet, of course, but from what we were told, it could be priced on par with the most popular EVs in the market now, so chances are it could be priced below the 200,000 ringgit price point. Now that we've had a pretty good look of the exterior of the car, let's get inside and see what it has to offer. Inside, the C10 feels properly premium. The perceived quality is very high with lots of soft touch material here and there. If it's really priced below the 200,000 ringgit price point, I'd be quite happy with the quality of the interior here. There's also this large and bright infotainment screen. However, from what we can find out from this screen itself, there is no Apple CarPlay or Android Auto, so it remains to be seen if this would apply to the Malaysian market as well. I say that because this particular C10 is not Malaysian specific, so there is a chance things could change, but I personally doubt so. But hey, it could happen. Also really like the ambient lighting system in the interior of this car, and the hidden aircon vents also look very nice and minimalist without looking too empty, like certain cars, if you get what I mean. Tesla. Now let's go to the back seat and see how comfortable it is. Given that the C10 is a large D-segment SUV, it should be catered towards larger families, and this is really a comfortable space to be in. The front driving seat has been adjusted to my driving position, and as you can see, there is a buttload of leg space for me to get comfortable back here. The seats also have proper thigh support, and I can even tilt the seat back to get even more comfort, and I mean, this is just so nice. Of course, there is also an armrest right here, making it very comfortable, and paired with this large panoramic sunroof, it's a very roomy, very comfortable place to be in for those longer road trips back to hometown or anywhere else. And now let's get to the driving impressions and see how it is to drive. So I've driven the C10 for a brief period of time in a rather enclosed event space, so I can't really say much on the driving dynamics of the electric SUV. For what it's worth, I do find it quite nimble, as an electric SUV should be, and body roll is quite evident, but it is tuned for comfort, so that's great for a D-segment SUV. Speaking of which, the suspension of the C10 is supposedly tuned by Maserati itself for export markets. I don't personally feel any huge difference or amazing refinement out of this, but again, I've only driven it for a brief period of time in a small space, so it could show itself on those highway trips or on Malaysian roads. As I said before multiple times in this video, we do not know yet the Malaysian specs of the C10, but if it does follow the international market, it should be powered by a rear-mounted electric motor that produces 160 kW of power and 320 Nm of torque. With a WLTP range of up to 420 km on a single charge, that's quite a respectable range, especially for an SUV this big. Charging rates of the C10 again have not been revealed yet either, but it is said to be able to be charged from 30 to 80% with a DC charger in 30 minutes, so that's pretty okay. And that is the Leapmotor C10. What do you think? Do you think this EV has what it takes to take on other EVs in the market right now? Let us know in the comment section down below. This is Andrew signing off for Next Drift.